My professor offered extra credit to anyone who could prove him wrong. I spent 3 weeks proving his 20-year research was flawed, and his response changed my life. Challenge me. I dare you, Dr. Harrison announced on the first day of per statistical allowance. Anyone who finds a legitimate error in my published research gets an automatica. The class laughed nervously. Dr. Harrison wasn't just any professor, he was a statistics professor, with 3 best-selling textbooks and a research methodology named after him. His classes were notoriously difficult, with a 40% pass rate that he seemed proud of. I was a scholarship student working 2 jobs. I needed this class to graduate, but my work schedule meant I'd miss several lectures. When I explained this to Dr. Harrison after class, he looked down at me through his wire-rimmed glasses and said, "Perhaps statistics isn't for everyone, Miss Chen." Something in his smug tone ignited something in me that night. Instead of sleeping, I downloaded every research paper he'd published in the last 20 years. I wasn't looking for typos or essay errors. Churd, I was hunting for something substantial. 3 weeks and 17 energy drinks later, I found it. His landmark 2003 study on predictive modeling PERTer, the one that made his career and was cited in over 500 subsequent papers, had a fundamental flaw in its sampling methodology. The error was subtle but significant. He'd used a correction factor that actually amplified bias rather than reducing it. I triple-checked my work, created a 12-page report with alternative calculations, and ran simulations proving how his conclusions would change with proper methodology. When I walked into his office hours, he barely looked up from his computer. "Office hours end in 10 minutes, Miss Chen." I placed my report on his desk. "I found an error in your 2003 paper on adaptive sampling methods," he laughed. "Many have tried, all have failed. Page 7, equation 14, I said quietly. "Your correction factor inverts under specific conditions, creating systematic bias in your results." His smile faded as he flipped through my report. The silence stretched for 5 excruciating minutes as he reviewed my calculations. Finally, he removed his glasses and rubbed his eyes. Instead of attending my lectures, he leaned back in his chair and studied me. "You know what happens if you are wrong? You fail my class." The next class, I arrived early, dreading what was coming. When Dr. Harrison walked in, he placed my report on the podium. "Today's lesson is on intellectual humility," he announced. "Miss Chen has identified a significant error in my 2003 paper that has gone unnoticed for 2 decades. She will present her findings, and then we will discuss the implications." After class, he offered me something more valuable than a promise to a paid research position, helping him correct his previous work and co-authoring a new paper. "Why me?" I asked. "I am not even your best student." "Because," he said, "the best researchers aren't those who never make mistakes. They're those who aren't afraid to find them here even in their own work." 3 years later, I am completing my PhD under his mentor. The paper we co-authored has been cited 47 times. Sometimes the most important test isn't finding someone else's mistakes, it's how they respond when you do.